Baptist folk in Maryland seen somebody prayed for me. They had me on their mind. They took the time to pray for me, and they didn't forget to say, I'm so glad. I'm so glad they prayed. Some of you are anointed because it was somebody praying over you. The Bible declares that his mother was barren, and the angel of the Lord came to him and said, I'll make you an agreement. We'll come to commitment today. If you don't shave his head and you don't let him drink any wine or do any vile thing, he will be anointed. Somebody ought to tap yourself and say, thank God I'm anointed. I'm glad, because if God had left it up to me, I wouldn't be anointed. If it was up to how I was brought up, I wouldn't be anointed. Some of y'all families didn't even want nothing to do with God, but here you are today sitting in the house of God, giving God praise. You ought to tap yourself again and say, thank God I'm anointed. How be it? Now remember, we're Westerners. We don't put ourselves in the text. I put myself in the text. I can smell the air. I can see Jerusalem, and I can walk on the floor and the sandals and everything on the ground. And I put myself in the text and realized that they wrote it after it happened. And I started thinking, so why did the author use how be it? Because that word how be it should have a question mark behind it. Because that's what he meant. When he wrote it, he said, now how in the world, because he could have used but, his hair started growing back. But what happens is there are folk that are around you don't believe you coming out. There are people in your circle, very close to you, with some how-be-its behind your circumstance. I feel like preaching right now. There are some people that go to this church that will never buy a new building. They'll never grow no more. They done maxed out where they are in God, and they writing some how-be-its in your life. But tell the devil, I am coming out. The Bible declares that the author was confused about what was going on, and Samson is at the mill and his season is changing. God help me. Samson's season is changing, and the Bible declares his hair started growing back after he was shaving. His hair started growing back after he was shaving. His hair started growing back after he was shaving. God told me to tell you, your seasons are changing. And when the devil thought he had you in a bind, when the devil thought he locked you down for good, God said, I'm getting ready to turn the tables around for him. The Bible said, he said, how be it that his hair started growing back again. I wish I could witness to somebody in here and tell you that no matter what you lost, God got a how be it in your life. No matter what you're going through, God got a how be it in your life. I wish I had 5 folk in here that said no matter what I'm going through, God's going to turn it around. God's going to turn it around.